to my channel. It's Vanessa here, and today's video is a makeup tutorial using all new products. Yes, I said it. All new products. I know sometimes my tutorials can be a little bit repetitive because I'm usually using the same products, but that's because, guys, like, I buy makeup products to use them. I do not like to waste my money on makeup if I'm not going to use it or if I'm just going to try something out. So this tutorial features a new palette, a new lip product, new face products, new and refreshing. You know, I'm going to be talking about new products that you can go and pick up right now. You can go to your local Sephora, you can go to your local Ulta and pick up these products and come back to this tutorial and go ahead and try replicating this look. So if you're interested in me introducing you to new products, if you're interested in this makeup look, go ahead and just keep watching. But of course, I'm going to start with my Fenty Skin Moisturizer, and I'm almost out of it. This just makes my makeup application so flawless. If you guys are interested in Fenty Skin, the product that I really enjoy from it is the moisturizer. It's so nice, and it just leaves my skin looking really smooth. The ilmakiage primer, the no filter primer, like, it gives my face like a blurring effect, meaning when I put on the foundation, any texture or any bumps or anything on my skin kind of get blurred out. The star of the show to me is this foundation, Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation. I'm in the shade 430W. I think it's really pretty. I think it's so gorgeous on the skin. Try it out if you have dry skin, if you really like luminous foundations that really photograph well. I don't like to use a lot of it because I'm trying to wear less. It does look like it's not my color, but I promise this foundation is like perfect for me. It just looks luminous already. Do you guys see that? Like, listen, if you are a person who has really dry skin, again, I do think you should try this foundation. I've only used 2 pumps on the face, and I'm gonna kind of just buff it out. Look, bring you guys closer so you can see this foundation. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about is the Tarth Shape Tape, which is an oldie but a goodie. I got this one because I haven't got it in a while. I do recommend Tan Sand or Tan as a highlighting shade if you are around my skin complexion. But this is a really great concealer to carve out your brows, to use as an eyeshadow base. I used it on my lids today. This is literally my favorite concealer that I've ever used, alongside the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer. So beautiful. The next concealer that I want to talk about is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, and if you notice the shade, it's actually very red, very orange, and I just like it because it's a really beautiful contouring shade. I'm not a person who so much likes to cream contour, but when I do, I feel like this one is just beautiful and it's affordable. You want to try out something more hydrating, something more budget friendly, I do recommend this one because it is great. This one is in the shade Deep Cinnamon, and I think that's a great name because this is definitely a cinnamon type of shade. I'm gonna take this brush. It already has kind of like some bronzer on it, which helps to kind of blend out. I'm gonna switch back to my beauty sponge and blend out that contour. You see how natural that contour looks versus using like a really deep tone. I think when you are a lighter skinned person, especially me, you want to try contour colors that are more on the red side and not so much on the cool or dark shade, because you don't want to make your face look too muddy but more bronzed. And that's what I'm trying to do today, and I'm excited about how it came out because the foundation with those concealers really play well together. And that concealer is so cheap, guys. I got it from Walmart, I believe. So test it out. I promise you will like it. So I told you guys in a few videos ago that I wanted to try out the Mercier powder. The Huda Beauty powder is the powder that I really like for my under eyes, and it's just a really good high-end powder. But I did want to try out this one, so I got the mini version of it. This is the Mercier powder. This one is in the shade Honey. I wish you guys could see this, but it's a very yellow powder, but I can tell it's a little bit more fine than my Huda Beauty. Now, I used to use Mercier, but she's expensive, so I took a baby break from her. But when I seen that they came out with this shade, I did want to go ahead and test it out. And because I'm about to go out, I am setting my face in all of the areas where I get oily normally. All right, so I'm gonna leave that setting spray. I'm gonna leave this powder on my face. I just love how cute this is. I'm about to go out of town tomorrow, and I just feel like this is perfect for traveling. You guys don't understand how many times I get setting powder everywhere while I'm traveling in those little bitty carrying cases. I actually prefer those. This is the Patrick Star One Size Beauty Eyeshadow Palette. Now, when you get the palette, this is what it looks like. One size fits all 15 pan eyeshadow palette with 9 super pigmented mattes and 6 eye-catching shimmers that are opaque, creamy, and blendable. Patrick Star created this visionary palette of all-day, everyday shadow essentials with neutrals, warm tones, pop of color, and the deepest black, and it is vegan and cruelty-free, which I absolutely love. So this is how the palette looks. These colors are beautiful for a person who's a makeup artist and needs something in their kit. It also has your everyday traditional colors, your neutral tones, and you also have your deep dark shades, which make the most beautiful smoky colors work. When you open it up, it does have these beautiful tones in it, guys. I'm excited. It also comes with a mirror. So I'm going to use my Tarth Shape Tape on the lids to prime them real quick before I test out these shadows, because I really want the shadows to really perform on the eyes. I'm going to take a little bit of my new Mercier powder. I'm going to tap this on the lid as well, just to make sure everything is nice and set and I don't get any patchiness on the lids. So for this look, we're obviously going to dive into some browns because most of this palette is matte and brown. So I'm going to go in with the shade Mango first, which almost reminds me of my skin tone. One thing I can say already about the palette that I like is the fact that it has a mirror. That is like the perfect thing when it comes to palettes. Having that mirror there just really helps, especially when you're traveling, guys. All right, that shadow really doesn't too much show up on me, and that's okay. It's to be expected because look how light that shade is. So I'm gonna go into this shade down here called Booked. Booked is a more brown shade, or soft serve. Maybe I can go into soft serve. Yeah, I'll go into soft serve first and dive that right into my crease as well. I could tell that this palette was created with the artist in mind, creating very soft shadows that really blend out well. So if you are like a beginner in makeup, these shadows are very easy to work with and it doesn't require too much blending, which I think is great for a palette. And that is soft serve, ladies and gents. We're gonna go in with Booked. I'm gonna try to use as many of the shadows as I possibly can to create this look. Booked is like a chocolate shade, like a shade of chocolate, like a milk chocolate. And we're gonna just blend that in the crease as well. You see that? Very pretty shade. I'm going to kind of pull this from our outer corners. Okay, I did add a little bit more setting powder just in case I want to bring out the shadow some more. And the fallout game is on point, guys. Now I do want to try one of the metallic shades in the palette. I'm going to take some more of this brownie shade here, and I'm going to place it a little bit over that concealer just to kind of make sure they're blended out together. These shadows blend so easily. I love this shade in here called All of It. I like that. Like very cushiony shadows that are really nice. You can apply them with your fingers as well. Alright, to kind of close up the look, I'm going to pick up a little bit of Turban Legend, which is the black shade in the palette. I'm going to use this right on my lash line. So I'm going to pick up Booked from the bottom and run that along my lower lash line. The next thing that I picked up was this NARS High Pigment Long Wear Eyeliner from Sephora. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful liner. If I put this liner on the back of my hand, look at how creamy it can get. I'm gonna rub it on my hand. So this liner becomes very creamy, and I think that's very important when you want to smudge out your liner on your lower lash line to make it more smoky like I did today, or you can even add it on top and then smudge it out with your brush to give you that really smoky effect. And it can also be used as a base for your smoky eyes. I am going to be doing a video very, very soon on that to show you guys that in depth, because sometimes you're like, how do people get those really dark smoky eyes? And it's because they have a very nice solid eyeliner or gel pot liner to place on their lids, and it's easy to manipulate. Because sometimes, have you guys noticed that when you get an eyeliner, it can be really dry and hard to use, and you're scratching yourself trying to put it on and it just doesn't work anyway? So ooh, this eyeliner is black. Look at that. Because this liner is so dark, I'm going to run it on my lash line as well. I'm barely tapping. Alright, so I'm going to go back over it with Turban Legend right on top of that to set it in place, so that it doesn't like move around. Alright, so to wipe off my fallout, I'm going to take a little bit of my Mineralize Skin Finish by MAC and just go ahead and clean up all of that setting powder, all of any fallout that I had, which I didn't experience a lot of, which is great. And I'm going to use this to kind of set the rest of the areas of my face in place before I go ahead and finish up the look. Alright, so I like how it came out. I look sick. This is a really sexy vibe. There's a shade here called Title Holder, and I want to use my finger with this one here. I'm going to kind of just tap it onto the eye to add an extra pop. And I did go ahead and put some lashes on. I think that once I put the lashes on, you can't tell me nothing, okay? Now these lashes are 25mm lashes that I did pick up from my local beauty supply. You know, the ones in like the little yellow pack? You guys know what I'm talking about, but they're the 25mm ones. You guys know of any lip liners that you really love? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to try a new lip liner, a brown one. My Construct bronzer by ColourPop. This one's really red as well. This came out really nice. Like, I'm happy about it. And I'm gonna take this mini NARS Orgasm blush. This blush is like a fave. It's like an OG favorite. But it just automatically pinks up the cheeks without going too far. The last thing that I did pick up today was the Rare Beauty Lip Souffle Cream Matte Lipstick. Yeah, matte lip cream. And I got the shade Inspire because you guys know I love a red color. I love a fire red. This is just my jam. It has a very soft, creamy texture to it. It doesn't dry down very matte, but the color pigment is there and it does give exactly what it says it does. Soft lip cream. If you're interested in those, I suggest you do try those out. Not really my favorite because I'm more of a ultra matte type of girl who likes her lipstick not to transfer whatsoever. But if you're more interested in natural beauty lipstick that kind of stains your lips just a tad bit to give you that pouty look, then I think you should try out the Rare Beauty lipsticks. Plus, all of the Rare Beauty products are under $30, which is great because sometimes makeup in Sephora can run a little expensive, so that's a really good thing. I'm only gonna put it on just for you guys. It might not go with the look, I know that, but I'm putting it on because I want to see how it performs. The lipsticks by Rare Beauty were named beautiful names. Like this one is called Inspire, and then there was one called Fearless. All of the lipsticks were named beautifully. That's dope that not only is this brand beautiful, but it's inspiring as well. They're really soft. On the packaging, it reads Lip Souffle Matte Lip Cream, which it definitely is. The next item I wanted to talk about was this Morphe Continuous Spray. Not a new item to my channel, but a new purchase. And this is my favorite setting spray ever. It just sprays so nice and it covers your entire face and it makes sure your makeup lasts all day. It's essential for your makeup kit if you are a person who wears foundations and powders and you want everything to kind of set in place correctly and permanently. It won't transfer on your mask. I think this one is a really good one to start with. They also offer this one in a matte formula so that if you have more oily skin, you can still use it. Y'all, so I just went and changed my lip color back to my regular nude. This is the I Heart Revolution gloss in salted caramel. Got it at Ulta. They're only about $5, but they are super beautifully pigmented glosses. But this is the finished look using all of these new products, guys. I was so excited to finally get in store. I haven't been to Sephora, guys, since COVID started, so I was just so excited to just jump in and not go too crazy because Sephora, it's easy to go in there and spend $100 with just buying a few products. I was so happy with my purchases today. The item that I was most excited about is, of course, the star of the show, guys. which is this palette right here. Patrick Star outdid himself. This pretty much wraps up the look. I hope you guys enjoy these new products. I'll leave all of the links for these products in my description box below if you do want to check them out. Thank you so much for watching. Peace. Thank you.